Hello, I wanted to show you a way that you can take pictures of notes or other, well, really pictures of anything and create a PDF file from that using the Notes app on your Apple iPhone. Now, there may be ways to do this on other types of smartphones, and I just don't know the way to do that. So I would strongly suggest maybe Googling how to make a PDF with your whatever type of phone it happens to be, Samsung or whatever. And you should be able to find pretty easily instructions on the internet or on YouTube for doing that. And you can even find videos for doing what I'm going to show you how to do here. All right, so for my screen, you see I've got the Notes app. I'm going to click on the Notes app, and then I'm going to pop out to my main list, and I'm going to create a new note. Okay? Now, once you create a new note, you can click on the paper clip that's down here at the bottom, and you can choose Scan Documents, okay? And I'm just going to scan something kind of random, a couple of random things that I've got on my desk, just so that we've got a couple things we can look at. So you take the camera after you hit scan, and if you saw it blink, it took the scan for me, okay? You can set it up where it manually does it or whatever. Now, this is a shiny like catalog cover, so you've got a little bit of shine on it from the light that is above my head. But you can then hit, what did I hit? Let's go back and see. The adjust button down here at the bottom is what I hit, and I can go in on the corners of that piece of paper. What this will do is it will help shape this a little bit nicer, because right now the way it picked it up, it flattens whatever it picks up as if it were a document. And so sometimes it'll grab extra things around what you're taking the picture of, and it may distort your document a little bit doing that. So you can pull those little handles to each one of the four corners of the document you want to take, and then you just click that button, okay? So this looks pretty good right here. I'm going to click the arrow button to back out of this, okay? I'm not going to do retake. If it was really messy or something like that, or if there was something important down there where I had that shine from the light, I would retake this, maybe reposition it in the room, that kind of thing, and retake it. But since this was a glossy catalog cover, I'm not too worried about you guys having to deal too much with that. Now, you will get shadows on your paper, so you may want to, just check your light source and be sure you're taking these pictures in a good spot. You can sort of angle the phone if you have to, if you're having problems with it. So let me back out, and I'll show you how you can add another page so that you're making one PDF from all of your scratch paper pages, okay? Notice I kind of moved it to the side, and what did it do? It grabbed a screen capture of my trackpad because I sat there too long, so we can get rid of that, okay? We can delete it down there at the bottom, or you could retake that as well. So you may not want to switch off of your first picture until you're ready to take the second one. Sorry about that. All right, we're going to do this with my notepad over here. It's got stuff from a conference that I was helping host this morning. And now I'm going to open that up, and let's just say, okay, well, this is a little too big, so let's do some adjusting on it. Let's adjust. Let's say that our scratch paper was much smaller than the whole page. So there's our scratch paper, and I'm going to click the thing there, and that's going to keep this. And then we will either do the arrow out or retake it, depending on, what you want to do there. I'm not really sure where this white line that's in the middle of my screen has come from. That's kind of weird, because that's not actually on the notebook paper, but I don't know. I'm not sure it's that big a deal, so I'm just it didn't distort anything, so I'm going to back out of this. Once again, I don't want this thing to start taking random pictures, but maybe we have a little note here. If it's not wanting to take it on its own like it did there, you can hit the picture button right there and kind of help it out a little bit. It did kind of a weird thing there with how it distorted it, but that's okay. We'll say that's another piece of scratch paper, for example. And let's say that that's that's everything. That's all of ours. So we arrow out, and then we click the check mark button to say, hey, I've taken a picture of everything that I'm going to take. Okay. So here I am in my notes app in this particular note where I scanned all of those in. You'll notice that for whatever reason, it will take text off of your image, or sometimes like this one, I don't even see the text on there. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. I had to hold it up to my face to be able to see it. It's actually underneath that first little desk that's up there. And it's renamed it Bunsen Workstation. I'm not too worried about your file name, but you can rename those if you want to, like scratch paper or whatever you want to rename it when you send it to me. So what I did was I clicked on that little title and the arrow that goes down from there. And then we've got options here as far as what we can do with this, okay? So if you do want to rename it, we can click rename, and I could do scratch paper, example, hit save. And then from there, we can share it. Now, you can email it to me from here if you want to. You want to be sure you're sharing the PDF, though, not the note file, okay? So don't hit the arrow that's up at the top of the screen up here. Don't hit that one, okay? I want you to click that arrow right there and then do share, okay? And so we've got the share here. We can message it to me or email it to me, okay? So you would just click email, and then you would type in my email address. This is the easiest way to do it, to be honest with you. ahmathis@nemcc.edu. And this will, I will be able to open a PDF on whatever I open my email in. So you would just send it to me with my email address. Subject scratch paper, okay? Unit test 1 would be even better if you want to, do that too. And the subject line. And then you just send it. You hit the send arrow over here, and it sends it straight to me. If you don't want to email it from your phone, you have the option to airdrop it to another device. You can airdrop it to your iPad. You can airdrop it to your computer. You can also do these exact same steps that I've done here with an iPad rather than an iPhone. So if you've got an iPad but you don't have a phone that's friendly necessarily for sending PDFs and that kind of thing, you can do it from your iPad. I normally, when I do PDFs like this, I airdrop it to my MacBook, and then I can do whatever I want to with it on my MacBook. But just to keep the flow real simple, the easiest thing is going to be if you can email it to me straight from your phone. And that's true for whether you're taking a PDF, or you're doing a PDF like this, or if you just take a picture with your iPhone. Or I should theoretically be able to open any picture you send me from any smartphone, okay? So you could try that. I know for sure I can open the iPhone ones. I may be able to export your file. If I can't open it on the MacBook, I may be able to export it into a different format and open it. We'll just kind of have to see. But honestly, if you can make a PDF out of it, that's probably about the easiest way to go. You can also find other PDF apps. I've got one on here. Not quite sure where it is because I don't use it an awful lot since I use my notes. But it's called JotNot. I have the pro version, and I've had it for a long time, so I honestly don't know how much it is now. But there's a free version as well, and the free version will do what you need to do with it. It'll create PDFs from photos. It's essentially the same process that you use with the Notes app. So unless you don't have an iPhone, because I think JotNot probably is also an app on Google. If you don't have another way to do it, then JotNot is an option. It's a little trickier to deal with, but it works okay. And you may have to email it to yourself first and then email it to me. I can't remember the flow for that for the free version because it's been so long since I had the free version, because I've had that app a very long time. But they do still have it in the App Store, so hopefully it's still floating around out there somewhere where you guys can use it easily. Anyway, the Notes app is the most convenient way to do a PDF on your iPhone. And like I said, I'm sure Google, Samsung phones, any Android phone, they probably have an app similar to this that will do something like that, because I think, they kind of try to stay neck and neck with each other, Apple and Android. So you've probably got an option there as well. And you can find that on the internet. Just ask ChatGPT or ask Google, about PDF producing apps for whatever kind of phone you've got, and you can find it. So I hope this is helpful to you. I want to make it as simple a process as possible to send me that scratch work so that you don't have any problems with it.